What up, YouTube? So today I want to talk about why squatting is very important for your vertical jump. And there's many reasons to it, and then I'll teach you the things that you need in your squat so then you can have a good squat that'll help you improve your strength and that'll also prevent injury. So first I want to talk about muscle recruitment. So muscle recruitment of the squat and your jumping is very similar. Obviously it's not the same thing because they're two different things. One you're jumping, one you're squatting, it's different things, but it's very similar in the way that of the muscles that you're using. The muscles that you are using are all very similar. Your quads, your glutes, even your calves. And when you're squatting, obviously you're not using them as much when you're jumping because of that triple extension movement. That's one reason why that's a good thing to do, why squatting is very important for vertical jump, and that everybody who wants to train for your vertical jump should be doing it. And the squat that you pick, there's many different kind of squats that you do, and the thing is, it's individualized for different people. People have different anatomies depending on how deep they can squat or what their squat looks like. If they need to get their knees closer or their hips wider so they can get into a deeper squat. But squatting, there's many different ways to squat. There's quarter squats, deep squats, half squats, and then there's the intent in the exercise, and again the anatomy, how you are able to squat most effectively. So how you squat also will correlate to your vertical jump. So that is also a very important thing, to squat how you jump. But it's not only squat how you jump. Do the kind of squats that'll benefit you, because there's multiple ways you can squat, again, like I just mentioned. And plus not everybody has the anatomy to be able to go into a deep squat. Sure, some people may have limited hip and ankle mobility like I do to not be able to get into a deep squat, but there's many different limiting factors in your anatomy that'll keep you from that. The third thing that I want to mention, and the main thing that I want to mention, is that you need a good base of strength in your squat, because it's one of the main compound movements for strength when it comes to vertical jump, because of the muscle recruitment. So the strength you gain from your squat, and I want to mention relative strength is much more important than absolute strength. And if you don't know what that means, relative strength is how strong you are compared to your body weight, which is very important in jumping. Absolute strength is how strong you are irrespective to your body weight, which basically means like a strong man. Like those guys are just as strong as they look, if not stronger. So you want to be as strong as you can possibly be relative to your body weight. And then once you are strong enough, then you can handle other things like power work and elasticity work. That's what you train for, technically. So you're training to train for those other more intense qualities. So that is the third reason why you should be doing your squatting. And then I want to mention a few things that you need to do if you want a good squat. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to create that shelf before you get under the bar. Squatting starts before you get under the bar. You need to create that shelf, so then instead of it hitting your spine, hitting your neck area, instead it'll be resting on your traps. And it's good to create that shelf and then push it onto your traps. And I can demonstrate for you here right now. I got the demonstration broom right here. So basically how you would do it, I'm going to turn around for you. So how you're doing it is, I hope you can see me. Yeah, you can. Here, let me get a little bit higher for you. Basically how you're doing it, you're getting under the bar, and then you're going back and down, and then you're really grabbing your hands right here and then pushing them onto your traps. And if you don't feel it in your neck area, then you're doing it right. Then you take the bar out and then you squat. Boom. So that's the first thing. You start before you squat. You got to create that shelf so you don't hit your spine. The second thing that I want to mention is squat as deep as your body allows you to, because eventually if you squat irrespective to what your anatomy allows you to, then you will get injured and you won't get as much improvement. So basically people have different anatomies, like your femur length and your hip anatomy, or in your hip socket, that will allow you to squat deeper or less deeper. So squat based on how deep your body allows you to. Do not go any deeper to where your back kind of rounds at the bottom. And I can show you a video demonstration of me doing that And luckily I stopped doing that, so I never had any kind of serious problems. But you should not be squatting any deeper than that, because say if you're squatting 225 like me right here, I have my back rounded, and having 225 pounds on your back when it's rounded like that, while your annulus fibrosus, which is a ligament in your spine that doesn't adapt, that can be very bad for you and can cause injury later down the line. And plus, you will not improve as much in your squat. Squat as deep as your body allows you to. Of course, your hip and ankle mobility can also allow you to get into a deeper squat, but again, you can have good hip and ankle mobility, but if you still can't squat deep based on your anatomy, then that's just as deep as you can squat. And then another thing here is to brace your core, because if you don't brace your core, then you're not going to be stable throughout the squat. That's a muscle that you're literally working when you're squatting. You're working your core when you squat, because you're really working on that stability demand, so you don't go side to side or forward and back or something. So you have to brace your core beforehand, and how you do that, like this. So you breathe out and then brace as hard as you can to prepare you for that squat. So that is very important for stability demands. So, it's better to practice that with a lower weight than trying to squat with a higher weight. That you can squat, but if you can't brace your core while you do it, or you get too tired bracing your core while you do it, then you should start with a lower weight. You should always start with more volume so you can get used to the exercise before going into any kind of intense movements. And that's how most people start off in the gym. They kind of just start hammering the weights away, and you see improvement because noob gains. You never been to the gym before. Keeping a straight line from bottom to top, and where that straight line should be, the bar should be aligned with your midfoot. You need to be doing that, so again, you don't shift forward or shift back. That's what you're pushing up on. You're pushing up on where that line is supposed to be. And if you think about it like as a triangle on your back, if you think about it like that, then that can help a lot, because you're pushing onto that triangle, so then it makes the squat feel easier. It feels easier to recruit the right muscles to squat, because then if you shift forward in your squat, you're using more of your back, and that's again not a good thing. It makes the squat harder. It can cause more injury. So you should be squatting with that straight line up and down. And if you don't know that you're doing that, then just record yourself. Really just record yourself and make sure you're doing all the right things before you squat. And then the last thing is having intent with the bar. When you're squatting, you need to act as if you're jumping. If you're just using as much force as you can, intent with the bar. The more weight you add onto the bar, it should be the same intent every single time. The same exact intent every single time with the bar. Use your force to really push that bar up with all the right cues, with everything I mentioned before, and then you will have a good squat that will benefit you in the gym in the long term. So thank you for watching. If this video helped you out today, please like and subscribe. That also helps me too, and then I can put out more content like this to really feel like I have a reason for putting out this content. So thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. Peace.